Hey, take two. Okay, well, super excited. It is day two for our NMD lives, and today we're going to have the beautiful Mel Brandt, and I'm hoping that now that I am on here, it's actually going to work. So, yay, Mel is here. I am going to bring her on. Yay. Okay, let's add you in, Mel. Let me just have a little look here. Do I need to turn my phone sideways or anything? Are we good? Oh, I tell you, don't you love it? Still says that it's adding you. That's interesting. Do I turn my phone sideways?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay, alrighty.
If you sideways, you won't be able to see your comments.
Aha, right, there we go. You see, tricks for new players, people. Don't you love it? Excellent. Well, it still says it's adding, but I can definitely hear you. So I am pretty sure that you are here with us and that. So it's day two. I'm super excited about this because, of course, we started off yesterday, and I know that it's going to be a full month. And again, I want to do a huge shout out to all of the NMDs who have put their hand up and say, yep, absolutely, definitely want to be involved and come on and add value to our greater team. So Mel, I know that it's that time of the day when you're probably madly getting kids sorted and all sorts of things, and that I'm just going to actually, it said there was it to join you add. Here we go. It's trying to add you again. So let's see. Now, there we go. There you are. Hey, beautiful.
Hello.
Awesome. Thank you so much, darling. I know you're probably running around getting organized and all the rest as the day begins with school. So I so appreciate you popping on at this time of the morning, and that. So for everyone else, I'm actually up on the Gold Coast myself at the moment, up here in Queensland, getting ready for a conference, and so it is a little bit earlier than what it is in the rest of the country, but really excited. So, darling, you have been, do you want to give a little bit of a brief overview? How long have you been with Juice Plus, and how long have you been a national marketing director?
Sure. So I think that we're sitting at just a little bit over 2.5 years now with the Juice Plus company. But it was actually my 1-year anniversary 2 days ago for going NMD. So
yay! Happy anniversary!
It went so fast. So yeah, a little bit of a rundown from me is I joined this company after returning to work after baby number 2 and feeling really unfulfilled, building someone else's dream. And, a friend had come to me and said, hey, have a look at what I'm up to. And I was that cool friend that, or the not so cool friend that didn't even take a look at the link because I was so time poor. So, I guess at that time, and that's something that I want to share today, at that time, the pain in my life just wasn't big enough. I wanted to make any changes. So a few months passed, and I dived into Juice Plus head first, literally ignorance on fire, exactly the same as what Brian was saying yesterday. I didn't care about the pay plan, didn't care about the ingredients in the product. I didn't need to know those things because we have all the tools and resources that we can use to share those sorts of things. So the run to NMD was absolutely crazy, but very, very worth it.
Oh, and look, again, I hope that you're getting these points, team, like yesterday and again today. The people that are actually kicking the goals are the ones that are actually going, you know what, I'm just going to trust that what you say is right. We've got a great product. We've got a great comp plan. Everything else is there. I don't need to know that stuff. There will come a time, guys, when, you will want to know that stuff as you move through. But what I was told early on was that the information I need is going to present itself when I need it. So, right now, as I get started, I'm going, okay, right, what do I need to do? 3-way calls, all of that kind of stuff, everything that's actually there, just plug straight into the system, and then everything else will kind of roll out. So I know that life for you, darling, is not always sunshine and roses, and I love your authenticity around that as well. That's just life. And so But what I really love and admire about you is that no matter what, even when it's not sunshine and roses, that you still make sure that you are moving forward because you've got bigger goals than yourself. And that, what have been the lessons, your top 3 lessons that you've learned along that journey?
Yeah. It's hard to pick 3 because I think when you come into this ignorance on fire and you do run, the lessons come in thick and fast, but so do the challenges as well. So I think the best one that, you know, across the board, it doesn't matter where you are in the business. It doesn't matter if you're a VF or you're approaching NMD. You need to get in line and you need to stay in line. There's been so many things that I've done, you know, different little tweaks to the process. And, you know, if I had have just given up the first time they didn't work, I definitely wouldn't be sitting here now as an NMD. So getting in line and staying in line has that meaning of, you know what, it's not always going to be peaches and cream. You know, there's going to be people that, you know, like the shopping center, that push in and barge you with your trolley and all those sorts of things. You know, just stand there. Just stand your ground, and, you know, stay really true to what it is and why you're here.
Oh, I love that. Love it.
Yeah,
I really do. Because I don't think people always understand when we say stay in line. You know, what does it really, really mean? And I think that you've explained that beautifully. And that's the best thing that, you know, right out of the gate. There will be the no's, there will be the knockers, there will be the trolley pushers, there will be all of that. Just be really, really clear on where you're going and stay in the line. Awesome. Next one.
Yeah. So the next one is have a strategy. So I think that, you know, coming into this business, we can be a little bit, I'm over here and then I'm over there and then I'm going to chase this rabbit and I'm going to chase that rabbit. I think getting really, really clear on what strategy you want to use. And the way that you can work that out is to understand how much time you've got and how you want to build your business. So for myself, when I started this business, I was working full time, but I wanted to quit that job. So my strategy was, give me something that works, give it to me when, you know, in a way that I can do it in the car on the way home or at the traffic lights, whatever it is, and make it so that I can do it fast, because I'm very extremely impatient. So I needed that. Let's do it. Let's smash it. Let's make it happen. So having a strategy. So in doing that, I chose Facebook as my strategy. Now, why did I do that? The reason was because we ship to over 28 countries in the world. And you know what? Using Facebook, I can do that free. Okay. Now, Instagram, there's Twitter, there's loads of different other platforms that you can use. But Facebook was a one where, you know what, we're in a relationship building business and Facebook was created to do that. Now, a lot of people are using Instagram as well to grow their business, but I think it's about understanding the platform that you're using and why that platform was created. Now, Instagram, for example, was created for visual, right? It's all about visual images and, you know, attracting people in that way. So if you're not a good photographer, okay, a bad photo with a filter is still a bad photo. Okay, so you know, maybe having a look at your strategy, you know, as to working towards your strengths. So you know what, I take a really bad photo, so Facebook was it for me, because that way I can connect with people all over the world, and that's been an absolute game changer in my business so far.
I love that. And again, it comes back to really what you're just saying is just know your strengths and work to them. And so if your strength is really getting out there and talking to people, you know, like you're somebody that just loves that face-to-face interaction, whether it's at the coffee shop, whether it's down the, you know, the school or whatever like that, start there, you know, start there and build on there. And then of course you can learn other skills and things as you go on. But don't, I think what sometimes can happen, and especially what I've noticed over probably the last, you know, four years probably really, is that people feel that they have to try and fit themselves into a particular box. And, you know, I say it, sorry to all the cat lovers, I say it all the time, there's so many more ways to skin a cat than just that one, you know, whether that's Facebook or Instagram or social media as a whole, and that there are so many different ways. Find what you are really, really good at, really get that strength and then work on that strength. And if that happens to be social media for you, great. If it happens to be face to face. And I think the thing is, the people that we're going to be talking to over the course of this month have done it in all different ways. It's not just that it's been on social media or just that it has been on face to face. There's been really kind of, you know, a whole different number of ways in which people have actually built our business. I love your point. Find what is really, really your strategy, and then, you know, hone that skill, do it. The other thing I want to kind of point out on that too, and you alluded to it, and we also alluded to it yesterday when we were talking about personal development. You know what? Don't hop around like what you were just saying. If you're going to do one, give it actually time to work. Yes, you'll test, measure, and refine, but don't kind of, you know, do something for 10 days. You know, you might try Facebook, say, for example, 10 days. Oh, that doesn't work. I haven't made my millions yet. That doesn't work, kind of thing. Or, you know, it's exactly the same with the personal development. People go and they hop around different courses and never apply anything that they've actually learned. And suddenly it's the course's fault, or it's that coach's fault, or it's that strategy's fault. Stay in line, stay in the game, and make sure that you're consistent with your actions. I think that's the most important thing there. Right. Yeah. Okay. I know it's hard to choose, but what's the third one?
Okay, the third one, I think, if you were to apply this across the board, and it doesn't matter what your strategy is, whether or not you're using social media or face-to-face, but I want to point out that you need to become a pro even, obviously, to reach NMD at both. You want to be able to build on social media and face-to-face, right? Because I can give you a little bit of a red hot look at what's going in the background at the moment for me, and social media is not working as great as it did at the start. So I've had to refine my strategies, and I've had to go back and start building face-to-face. So understanding both, I think, is really important. So the last one is to inspire, impact, and influence. Okay, so the three. So, you know what, it doesn't matter whether you're talking face-to-face, whether you're on social media, whether or not you're on an ad on TV, none of that matters. The point is that you need to go out every single day inspiring, impacting, and influencing people. So that means no negative stuff on Facebook. It means, you know what, when people ask you how you are, tell them business is booming, things are amazing. You're going to have a tight-knit group of friends that you can vent to and do all those things, but you want to be seen all the time as that person who is striving for more, inspiring people to do the same, and impacting lives while you're doing it. So I think that if you apply that across the board, and especially when you're posting on social media, if it's not inspiring, if it's not impacting, and it's not going to influence, don't post it.
And you know what? And I want to bring it straight to the table, because I know that some people are going to be saying, "Oh, but is that, you know, is that authentic or whatever like that?" Guys, social media is not about, you know, really and truly, it's the highlight reel of somebody's life. You get to know that. It's not the place where we have our whinge fest. You know, you have those places in there. It's not about lying, because if you are showing up and you're actually putting the work in, business can be, you know, it might not be going off at the rate of knots, but you know what, it can still be moving forward. And if we think about it, sometimes we forget that, and I just actually want to give a shout out to everybody who's getting good. We're getting lots of hellos, but we're so busy chit-chatting, we're not saying hello to anybody. So hello, everybody, and
hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm seeing all these things popping up here. But you know what, it is about being mindful, really, really thinking about it. And I love that. So is it inspiring? Is it impactful? And is it
influencing?
Influence. That's it.
And I think
those three eyes, great.
The three eyes. So I think the other thing is also, when you said, is it, you know, maybe it's not being authentic if you're not sharing the downtimes. You know what? Share the downtimes, but you need to put a positive spin on the lesson that you're getting out of that downtime, or that, you know, bad thing that happened. So you can definitely post. I mean, far out, guys. I have been cleaning up spew since 2 a.m. this morning, right? So what am I gonna do? I might put on that post going, hey, we're off to a bit of a bad start this morning, but you know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for the fact that for 2.5 years now, my children haven't been sick. So putting that positive spin on it, that's what's authentic, is showing up, inspiring, showing the not so great times as well, but showing how you're going to move through them rather than being victim having an outcome that's going to serve you.
Absolutely. And that's exactly right. Because again, like you say, you know, you can be up, you know, cleaning up spew, but you don't have to show up for a job this morning. You know, you're not having to also try and worry about, you know, oh my gosh, who's going to mind, you know, if I can't get the kids to school or to childcare or whatever like that, who's going to look after them? All of those types of things. That's that positive spin. So we get to be able to be, you know, real, but I love that again. It's about, okay, what am I going to do it? And that's really about, if we think about it, what do we teach guys? We teach about taking responsibility for the actions, the outcomes that can happen, rather than playing below the line into blame, shame, and justify. Where I see people kind of, you know, play out on social media or whatever like that, is that they actually come below the line into that blame, shame, and justify, have a pity party, but stay there. They're not showing or learning what's the lesson here. You know, what is it I can do, and take responsibility for moving out of it. That's actually more impactful and inspiring for people, rather than whinging about what's going on. And I'm not saying that, you know what, shit happens, things, you know, life is not always awesome. You know, things do absolutely happen, but what are the lessons and learning? And, you know, the last few weeks we've had some interesting things happen for us in our personal life, and losing a dear friend and all the rest. And what are the lessons in there? You could quite easily go hide under a rug and stay there, or instead you can actually choose to inspire the world in some way by getting up and going, okay, what can I do to make a difference? And that's what I love about you, Mel. You've been bruised and battered and kind of going, life is kind of, you know, throwing some curveballs at you. But again, you get up and you choose to inspire and to be impactful. And I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. And same, Celine, you know, watching, like you said, everything that's sort of unfolded in your life in the last couple of weeks, and you're still showing up and adding your time and knowledge to the whole entire Juice Plus company. And we're so grateful for that. So thank you for leading from the front as well.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. Well, honestly, team, if you didn't get some pearls of wisdom out of that this morning, I tell you, you're not awake yet. So Mick's just walked back in my cup of soy chai, so I'm ready to rock and roll on that as well.
Love it.
So guys, look, you know, thank you all for showing up. What I would love for you to do, of course, is the best compliment you can pay Mel for her time and investment into you is put some thank yous down there, show some love hearts, but also what I would love in the comments afterwards, and for those who watch afterwards, can you please put in what was your biggest takeout? You know, what was the one where you kind of go, oh my gosh, yes, I need to grab onto that one right now, because there's going to be something that I think that everybody speaks that's going to speak to your individual heart. Okay, it's, you know, and that's what you're going to find. Look at all those love hearts for you, girl. Yay! They're popping up. Awesome. Well, I know that you've got places to be. Children, yes. Well, hopefully no more spew to sort out, but anyhow, you know, that's life, hey?
That's it. No excuses here.
That's it. Excellent. Well, thank you again, darling. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and to the rest of you, take care. God bless, and we'll catch you tomorrow for another live. God bless. Bye, darling.
Bye.